be stressful. The closer we get to that moment when it's time to buy and enter the trade, the more our anxiety builds. We begin to ask ourselves questions. What if I'm forgetting something? What if I lose this money? What if I'm wrong? What if my strategy isn't actually that good? You've spent hours researching and learning. You've watched videos, read blogs, taken courses, and read books. You've back-tested and done projections, and now all your actions come down to a single moment in time when you have to make that important decision. How can a trader not be plagued by the pressure of success? In this video, we will begin to dive into the psychology behind some of the world's most successful traders. How do we trade in the zone? When an archer is shooting for fun, he has all his skill. When he shoots for a brass buckle, he is already nervous. If he shoots for a prize of gold, he goes blind. Or sees two targets, he is out of his mind. His skill has not changed, but the prize divides him. He cares. He thinks more of winning than of shooting, and the need to win drains him of power. The passage I just read is just as relevant today in our trading as it was to archery over 2,000 years ago when it was written. The author had figured out that the weight of a future reward will likely cause us to perform worse in the present moment. In the story of the archer, when shooting just for fun alone, his performance is amazing. When shooting for even a small prize, he begins to get nervous. And when shooting for a large prize, all his skill totally leaves, and he performs very badly. Now think about how similar that sounds to your experience trading. The lessons found here can and will greatly impact your trading. Like the archer, the trader's true competency and skill is the exact same in all situations. When trading a simulated or practice account, when trading for income or returns, and when trading to change your life and achieve financial freedom. But just like the archer, as traders, we let different circumstances affect our skills. Let's look deeper into this to learn how it works. When we practice trade or paper trade, winning or losing does not matter. What this means is that as we do it, we are not thinking about the consequences of a winning trade, a losing trade, or a mistake. When we practice trade, instead of trading with real money, having a losing trade or not following your strategy does not mean very much. There is no money to be lost or gained, and therefore there is nothing on the line and nothing to be anxious about. A trader can be fearless and carefree, and therefore there is nothing present to sabotage performance and results. It's because of this that we become more immersed in the act of trading itself while using practice accounts. Many find that positive results are far easier to come by when just practice trading rather than trading with real money. When it comes time to trade with real money, all of a sudden there are consequences tied to our actions. This can be the gain or loss of monthly income, the consistent compounding of results for wealth, the loss of all trading capital, the loss of self-confidence, the gain of financial independence, the freedom to live and be who you want to be, and the list goes on and on. Winning can potentially be life-altering, but losing can also be potentially life-altering. This leads to traders having a strong desire for winning and a strong aversion to losing. This is why the best trading results are achieved while practicing. The best trades are the ones you saw but did not enter. Think about trades where you got out too early and the price continued to run in your direction, but you wanted to stay in that trade longer. Feeling the need to succeed has positives. This motivates us to learn and practice. We make sacrifices in order to make time and dedicate that time to getting better. Feeling that necessity often coincides with success. But on the flip side, necessity also sabotages our trading results. With the archer, the need to succeed produced massive amounts of anxiety. With the possibility of winning also came the possibility of losing. Then the thoughts of losing produce fear. At this point, the level of worry becomes greater than the level of skill. The skill level never changes, but the worry blocks the skill from manifesting. It's then that the trader begins to feel that he or she is out of the zone and that they have lost their skills and abilities. But that simply is not true in reality. When the thoughts of the past and the thoughts of the future go away, our true skill can be found in what's left, being entirely present in the moment. When we are present, our skills can manifest without inhibition. We can become a part of the act of trading. But how can we as traders do this? Luckily, we get to choose what we focus on. We get to choose what we will tell ourselves about things. Do we let the possibility of losing dominate our thoughts? Or do we actively focus on what we can do to win in this very moment? The less we focus on the result, the more free our minds will be to manifest it. It's at this point that we begin trading in the zone. But can we make it easier to enter the zone? The first thing we can do is assess what the money in our trading accounts mean to us. Ask yourself, what happens in the worst case scenario for your account? Maybe that's a 40% drawdown. Maybe that's a 100% loss of capital. It all depends on what you trade and how. But observe how that scenario makes you feel. Are you comfortable with it, or does it cause you stress and anxiety? If it does cause negative emotions when you think of your worst case scenario for your trading account, then you are taking too much risk. The easiest thing to do is start trading with less money immediately. Figure out for yourself the amount of money you can trade without negative emotion. Then trade that amount of money, treating it exactly how you would the fake money in your practice account. This is your best path toward being able to trade presently and thus achieving consistent results. If reducing the amount of money you trade with is not an option for you, you can always assess where you can take more precautions in your trading. A good example would be to put in place protective stops on all your positions when you are not there to observe them presently. This can lower your risk and therefore changes your worst case scenario. This will serve to reduce the amount of anxiety and fear as well. Another exercise to try, even though this sounds crazy, is try to predict your next thought before it happens. I'll say that one more time. Try to predict your next thought before it happens. The act of attempting this can serve as a method to bring you back to present when your mind drifts to the past or the future. The anticipation of the thought brings your mind back to present. Switch off all expectations and goals. Be mindful of your thoughts and keep them in the present moment. This is an exercise to be done intentionally until it becomes a habit, and this will take some time to develop. Trade with an amount of money that you can afford to lose. You will then find yourself trading in the zone.